So weird. Okay, here we go. Ready, set? Alrighty. Hello! Good day, salutations, and greetings. My name is Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. And I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I collect a lot of data, too. I collect a lot of data from a lot of different kind of places. So, what I like to do is, I spend a lot of time observing, you know. I listen to a lot of people's takes on things. Because that's what their tubes are, is how they see life. And they're, you know, they got a mission, if they got a message that they were trying to put out, that's what it's all about, right? It's like somebody's got to stand for something, or they'll fall for anything. People said that for years and years. So, I'm an esoteric being. I believe I'm a spiritual being having a human experience in this soul sack. And, I'm wearing my Straight People Like Rainbows 2 shirt on today. Had to go out and take care of some business. Already had to have his bandage rewrapped, and I opened a local checking account. Things are, I don't even know what's happening in the world, and I just feel like I feel like a crab in a bucket is what I feel like, and the water's boiling. It's enough to want to make you want to stop eating crab. Almost. Anyway. So today was an emotional roller coaster, you know. But God works in my life, and I go out and try and do the next right thing, you know. And it's veterinary season here at the Hound House, Hessick House of Hounds. No, we don't. No, I don't use my last name. I don't know why I said that. I call them the turd herd and the poop troop. That's what I call them. So this was kind of interesting. I took Artie in at 3 o'clock. And they gave me a card for the appointment. His next appointment to have it rewrapped on. Oh, it was kind of an uncomfortable situation at the premise of the pet stop store, but I guess I'm over it. I don't need to talk about it no more. Get it off my chest. I need to get it off my chest. This is my therapy. It's, what do they call it? Look, not lethargic. Sometimes my mouth won't say words that I want it to. My brain hears it. My mouth goes, nope. So when I picked up Artie yesterday, they gave me this piece of paper. And the vet tech guy goes, do you see the appointment time on the bottom? And I'm like, yes. It says Wednesday, May 21st at 8:15. I even read it out loud to the man, right? He's like, okay, all right, good deal. And I even said yesterday in a video, I'm like, woo! I got like a month to freaking recover from freaking Artie Pants' experience, right? And then I get a phone call about 5 o'clock tonight saying, Tucker's dental appointment is tomorrow. Check-in is 8:15. And I was like, whoa, what? What? I look at the time because I didn't know what time it was at all. And, if it was after 6, because they close at 6, and I didn't know how close to 6 I was. I had an idea about, but I wasn't real sure. It is 4:20 today. So, I call, and I'm like, does Tucker have an appointment tomorrow? Because I just got and they're like, yeah, he's scheduled. I'm like, well, that's funny, because I have a piece of paper in my hand that says May 21. You know, I'm just like, you know, this is the thing that I think that like, what troubles me with this stuff, yeah, accidents happen, right? Accidents happen, right? I get it. Accidents happen. You know what I told the lady? She's like, you know, I'm like, I said, you know what? I said, this happened. I said, this stuff happens all the time. I said, the last time it happened, I said, one time it happened to me, I was in the Air Force. And we waited at the airport for 12 hours because the dipshits in the travel little agency right there on base at Fairbanks, they set the reservation for like January 20th or something, and it was December 20th. It was something like that. And so we all four of us had to freaking hang out at the airport, standby all day. That's when I learned that you could be so tired. A guy I know used to say that he's been so tired that he fell asleep before the plane takeoff. Sometimes you get that tired, and I'm like, no, that's crazy talk. And then that day I did it. So, we live life. You have experiences, So anyway, but I'm just like, dude, this is the shit that I would have at least gotten written up over. Because if I wouldn't have shown up tomorrow, they would have charged me for a freaking office visit or some crap, But lucky my mom didn't raise no fool. Just a clown. And so I have to follow up on everything because I've had to learn my whole life. You just got to follow up, follow up, follow up. So here's how God works in your life. So I was leaving there. And I look across, I turn right at the light. See, now there's only like 5,000 people in this town. There's like it's less than 6,000, I think, population. I think a bunch of people left when the Rona broke out. And there ain't no jobs nowhere, so young people aren't sticking around. You got the snow people and the, tourist stuff, but I don't know. It's fine for us for now. We like it, huh, Ma? Yeah, it's comfortable, right? Mostly people are friendly. Anyway, so I was bringing, we're on our way home, and I see that Richard guy that Heyoka that I saw at the Walmart parking lot the other day. Yeah, I saw him. And you understand where Walmart is in downtown in Teos, and where he was, that was like miles. That was like 6-7 miles, maybe 5. I'm not real good at distance like that, but for a pedestrian, it's a long freaking way, right? So I was like, right on, because I believe whatever you just keep crossing paths with people that you're supposed to know in life and create things with. Like a better earth, for starters. I vote for that, yay! Better earth, where it doesn't suck and everybody's walking around in Mom, I go out, every time I go out, I'm just like, am I on another planet? It is so weird. Anyway, so I got to, live a little bit in service. And he had a backpack with 25 pounds of dog food in it, too. So that's, after you walk a while with that, it starts to get a little heavy. And he's not. I mean, anyway, he's the man that's been. That was a cool story. It was cool to run into him again. So I gave him a ride out, and he had. From where he was to where he was a long way, and where I picked him up to where he was going was probably like another 3 miles, maybe. And then it's like the hills, though, Ma. And he even said when we were going up, he's like, this is the hill that gets me every time. And he's like, because he was going to have me drop off like at the end of the road. And the funny part is on the way to, because I'm always like doing recon. I'm always scoping out areas around me and looking for where we're going to go next, right? Potentially, right? You're like, okay, wherever you want us, God, but, So this car turns and I follow the road and I was like, wow, that looks like it goes on for days, in a kind of a rural area, And then I pick up Richard, and then we end up driving up the road that I just looked at going the other direction, So that's kind of how God works in my life. And then we had a nice conversation and whatnot. And it was funny because he was like, he was telling me about how he got his cell phone. He's like, oh, you know about that? And I was like, no, but I think I was the one that gave you the $40 so you could go back inside to buy it. And he's like, yeah. So I got to hear the after story of what he did with the money I gave him. Ah! Why did Bluetooth just fail right there? Because technology. There's solar flares. There's so much weird energy right now. I guess the Aries fire is supposed to temper down in Taurus season, but we'll see. We'll see. It says it's still connected. Where'd it go? There it goes, back in my ear again. All right, so and another cool thing that happened today was before that. So yeah, so now I don't got a month to wrap up on that to freaking for Tucker. So he's tomorrow. Well, Artie's doing all right. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I think Stanley popped my bed. So I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. They had at Christmas not too long ago. They had these like foam mattresses for like 120. I think I'm gonna go get me one of those because I'm extra careful about keeping it. But with Stanley, I don't know. Anyway, so a while back, I love astrology. I got my first birth chart done when I was born, and it was on parchment paper. And I remember seeing it. The last time I saw it, it was like 5-6 years old, and it was like "don't touch it" kind of thing. It was that kind of thing, But I remember seeing it all laid out on the table, and me going, "That's me. That's all me, right?" So I have been interpretations of planets and stars for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. I've been following the stars. In a literal sense, too. Yeah. For a very, very long time. So, and I've had a reading done from the Peace Dealer, Michael the Peace Dealer. And it's even on his channel if you search for Heyoka. It's pretty cool. I like to see because the reader, astrologer or whatever reader, interpreter that you engage with, whichever kind they are, it's all based on their interpretation and their frame of reference. Because their frame of reference is very crucial as to their interpretation, because you're going to have like the more cynical, realistic ones that don't really sugarcoat it as much. Those are the ones that I like. And then you have the fluff nutters, that just want, dude, there's freaking crazy stuff that happens in life every single day. Anyway, so on InstaSnap, Deborah Silverman put out a thing because she teaches a course, and that's always cool because whenever there's students, you need examples. So, and more people are doing it. So I will volunteer every single time I do it. I'm like that because I'm a good dummy, like a CPR dummy. I'm good because I don't flinch and I don't freak out and I don't, like I had a phlebotomist one time. I was like in her first 5 sticks, maybe her first one. I don't know. But she was fresh, right? She was brand new at this phlebotomy thing, right? I used to donate blood, and then I found out what they did with it, and I'm like, nah, I ain't playing into that. That's gross. So no more. Anyway, and she got right, and I got really good veins too. Because and a lot of phlebotomists have said that. Oh, you have great veins. I've heard it so many times because I've had to deal with a lot of phlebotomists. Glucose tolerance tests, blood tests. I actually have scars in my arms. I actually kind of look like an intravenous drug user at some point, but it was all from fucking blood draws and all from Big Pharma. Anyway, she got right next to the vein. She didn't quite get right in, so it scraped alongside. And so and I keep my composure. Well, usually, the older I get, it's harder for me to keep my composure. I gotta tell you the truth. But ask the guy at the vet with his stupid poodles. Anyway, I was like, listen, you didn't get in the vein. You're right next to it. And she's like, oh. And she went kind of flinch, but they're not allowed to pull the needle out when you're that new. She was like, I gotta go get my supervisor. So I'm sitting here with my vein with the needle scraped up against my vein, but not quite in it. And I'm keeping my arm very still. Because it hurts. You wouldn't. She basically scraped my vein. And then I got to sit there for a little bit. While she went and got her manager. I should have got like 3 motherfucking juice boxes that day. I'm taking 6 cookies. No, I'm kidding. No, it's alright. I guess it was a learning experience for me. I don't donate blood no more, but shoot, man. Anyway, so Deborah Silverman she put out a thing like if you meet these email, and then put your birth date and time in the, I think something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. It was like last week or something like that. And the thing of it is something about my birth time, and I know why. It stands out. So, for whatever reason, it's all divine. God made it so. So I got an appointment with seemingly a nice girl. I don't know. Maybe she's a jerk face. In Singapore. For a 30-minute reading of my birth chart. Isn't that cool? Yeah. This one I don't even got to pay $100 for. Isn't that cool? I'll probably try and write a review. See, I hate typing. And grammar and all that. Because I write how I speak, and I can write a run-on sentence for days. Anyway. So, I guess it's kind of, and then I was like, whoa, I don't know. So depending on, I might put off, I don't know. See, this is why I need people, like, in my life. Like, Mom's great stuff. She is. I've always been a very social person, and I'm not discounting the presence of her. But I've always, like, had friends and buddies and pals that I could always, like, I don't know, at least put on a brave face for. It's like the older I get, the more I do stuff. It's like, ugh. It's like the tension afterwards, And so people is always, I can always, like, use them as sounding boards and stuff like that, but everybody's so closed up, so afraid, man. It's so weird to go out in the world and just, God, it feels like I'm on a different planet. It feels like I'm in a different dimension. Where are all the smiles? I don't understand. I see all these stories and reports about how the flu goes away and, and 99.7% recovery rate, and then Event 201, and it just like, if more people saw that, but they're not gonna, because people are shown on the media and whatnot what people want them to believe, and it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to see every place in the world where money matters more than people. Well, the thing of it is I've seen God work in so many people's lives that I feel like people are going to rally in local communities. That's what I'm really feeling, you know. And it doesn't take away from the fact that everybody's feeling, you know, with all the seismic activity, you know, the potential energy is just so strong right now, you know, and between the energetic stuff, you know, strokes, heart attacks, you know, all that stuff. It's just people are coming to their connection with God. That's happening a lot. So there's a lot of good in that. I was in Kijin chat for one of her premieres the other day, and someone was like, "Are they all?" I'm like, "All evil? Is everybody?" You know, and I'm like, "No. There are so many wonderful, beautiful, good people on this planet. I know that." Because sometimes Mom says I'm one of them. So, and I see that in other people. You know, and the thing of it is I never judge nobody if they had an address or not, you know? I don't judge. I don't even. So it's one of the guys that I've been in my friends with that I've known longer than anybody else, and you know, from where I grew up. He was like, he let me know how he and his wife were married by Satanists or sadists or you know, and all that is what is it? I never got into Crowley stuff, but I knew a bunch of dudes that did, and we had a lot of conversations. And I think about where they are in life, and I'm glad I didn't really take that route. I never did. I don't like the using stuff for manipulation. Like the Jezebel, you know, people. And Jezebel can be in men too, as far as I'm concerned. It's somebody that uses their looks to their advantage. See, I always thought I was cute. I could pass for cute. And some days I am not cute at all. But I ain't never been a real looker. But I like the lookers. I was telling Mom today, I'm like, Mom, it's been a very long time since I've seen a pretty girl in real life. Now, when I say that, I mean one that isn't married, one that doesn't have children, one that doesn't have, you know. And plus, people just really don't, I don't know. I took a shower today before I went out. Put on my clean tea before I went to the bank. You know. But a lot of people just don't even try anymore. They just don't. Pajamas to the store and stuff like that, you know. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't have a place to go every day. But, I gotta at least try in life, you know. People gotta at least try to make it better. If everybody just tried to make something different in their life, their world's different in their life. One thing. Whether it's mow your lawn or plant some flowers or, I don't know, get some freaking fancy takeout for the elderly person that lives next door, you know, or something like that, you know. Nothing too hard though. You know, do something for other people. There's so many ways. If anybody ever has any questions on how they can live in service, go ahead, send me an email at straightpeoplelikeRainbows2@gmail.com. And we can figure some stuff out because I got a lot of ideas. I got so many ideas. Oh my goodness. So many ideas, Ma. So, anyway, I think I'm about done. Zach's live right now. I think I'll go back and jump into his chat. He's doing a 420 talk. It might be over by now, actually. But he's always got good stuff to say. I hope more people start seeing him. I hope he doesn't fall through the cracks of obscurity, man. That guy has a lot to offer this earth. On the light side, on whatever they call the, I don't know, the good guys, the white hats, the people that don't freaking harm, steal, cheat, mutilate, all that stuff, you know. There's a lot of darkness in the world, and we're going to see more little pockets of light beaming in here. We're going to need it. Keep an eye out for the real ones and the authentic ones. I think it feels like there's a, excuse me, what's that word? Precipice? Precipice? A point where, a maximum point where something's got to change. So, and on a collective level for everybody, you know. So, anyway.